Hello everyone. Let me to introduce myself. My name is Vitor Samuel Simorangkir. My student ID number is 44452200016. I'm in marine science. Today, I want to talk about a crisis that is happening right beneath our feet. When we think of Jakarta, we think of a bustling megacity, a concentrated jungle of dreams, and the heartbeat of Indonesian's economy. But there is a silent, invisible crisis happening beneath our feet. While we are busy building skyscrapers that reach to for the clouds, the ground they stand on is slowly disappearing. Scientists and international observers have labeled Jakarta as the fastest sinking city in the world. Uh, this is not exaggeration, it is a geological reality. If we do not change our course, a massive part of the city, our schools, our house, our history, could be under the Java Sea within our lifetime. To understand the gravity of the situation, we must look at the two forces working against us. The first is a global phenomenon, uh, climate change. As global temperature rise, the polar ice caps melt and alarming rate. Uh, However, for most coastal cities, the sea rises by only a few millimeters per year. Jakarta's real enemy is the second force, land subsidence. In simple terms, the city is sinking in North Jakarta. The land is dropping by up to 15 to 25 centimeters every single year. That is significantly faster than the sea is rising. For decades, Jakarta has failed to provide enough piped water for its 10 million residents. As a result, thousands of homes, malls, and massive industries pump groundwater from deep within the earth using illegal wells. When you extract water from the underground aquifers, the soil above it loses in its support. The earth then compresses and collapses downward under the massive weight of our concrete buildings. Essentially, we are drinking the very foundation of our city. Let us move beyond the numbers and look at the human cause. If you travel to North Jakarta today, you will see a preview of the future. You will see the mosque that don't for the people living in coastal areas like Pluit or Cilincing or Tanjung Priuk or yes, flooding is no longer an occasional disaster, it is a daily waste. The experience of floods where the seawater flows into the streets not because of rain but simply because the tide is high. Families there are forced to spend their major savings every few years to raise their floors, adding layer after layer of cement until their ceilings are so low they can barely stand upright. This is a silent poverty trap. Every time they try to move up, the city pulls them down. Furthermore, as the city sinks, our turbine rivers can no longer flow naturally into the sea. Gravity no longer works in our favor, instead of the rivers draining into the ocean. The ocean wants to flow back into the rivers. This makes Jakarta increasingly dependent on massive electric pumps to push water out. But what happens if the power fails? The city becomes a giant ball waiting to be filled. The government has not been silent. The most ambitious plan currently in motion in the national capital in Integrated Coastal Development, or NCICD, often called the Great Sea Wall or the Garuda Project. In conclusion, Jakarta is at a crossroads. We are a city of history, a city of culture, and a city of incredible resilience. But we cannot fight nature forever. The rising sea and the sinking land are telling us that the way we live must change. The story of Jakarta sinking is a warning to the world, but it can also be a story of how a great metropolis saves itself through science, courage, and collective action. Let us not wait until the water is at our necks to start swimming. Let us act now, so that 50 years from today our children can still stand on this ground and call Jakarta their home. Okay, thank you.